Hello, hello, hello. How are you this week? I guess it's not the weekend anymore, huh? Hello, Mickey. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. How are you? I had a really good weekend. It was very chill. I got not a lot done, but I did a lot of things. So that counts for something. How about you? How was your weekend? Let's see. This weekend, I went shopping. I did a lot of shopping. I got this shirt. I like the shirt. It's nice. I don't know if there's any good way to show it, but it's like kind of boxy. It's nice. And it's like a really, really good fabric. It's like the double gauze that I think is really popular right now. So I was happy to find that. And then I also got a pair of pants and a belt and shoes. I did a lot of shopping. To be fair, I went somewhere where there were like outlets, and I don't know if they have outlets where you're from, but outlets are basically just a cheaper version of normal stores. Been a nice weekend, got some weed from my friend high all weekend. I'm glad you seem to have had a nice time. I do not do drugs. Well, that's a lie. I do drugs that are prescribed to me because I need to feel like a normal human sometimes. But my drugs are unfortunately not fun. I digress. But yes, I did shopping. I went out to eat at a Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's good. Cracker Barrel has been like my ride or die for years. I only ever go there for breakfast though. I don't think I've ever actually been there for anything that isn't breakfast. Even if I go at like a time that's like lunch or dinner, I think I still just always get breakfast. Because their pancakes are really good in my defense, and their biscuits are really good, but I didn't get biscuits. And I wanted coffee. I wanted an iced latte at Cracker Barrel, and they did not have my iced coffee, my iced latte, so that was sad. But I tried. Instead, I just had water, which is probably better for me in the long run, but I did take home half the breakfast though, so now I have another breakfast that I haven't eaten. Wish we had that stuff in Norway. Yeah, I mean, it's like all chain restaurants. It's just a chain restaurant, really. It's not... I like... It's like food from my childhood that's like comfort food, if that makes sense. Like, I think it is kind of good quality food, but it is definitely like a chain sit-down restaurant, if that makes sense. And I just always get pancakes because they're good. It's definitely a very America thing, I will say that, because it's literally like Southern comfort food based. So like fried chicken and stuff, and chicken and waffles and grits and hash browns, fried apples, stuff like that where it's like very much Southern America, but it's a good, nice, comfy fast food chain. Shintaro, hello, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing well. How are you, Shintaro? How was your weekend? I was just talking about my weekend. I went shopping and I got a bunch of clothes, and I went out to eat for breakfast, and I went out to eat for dinner. I don't usually go out to eat this much. So usually I go out to eat once a week, and I don't shop, but it's kind of a special week for my family, so it was a little different this week. So that was fun. That was enjoyable. Let's see, I got dinner from a local restaurant that I won't name for obvious reasons, but it was very good. That's great to hear. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I hope you had a good weekend. Let's see, what did I do? So I'm taking this online summer course. So I'm in university normally, right? And I'm going to be going into my second year of university. That's not a secret. That's kind of out in the world. I'm going into my second year in university. And I came into university because I did International Baccalaureate. I came into university kind of with all my gen eds done, except for like a few random ones. So my random gen eds that I haven't finished, one of them is philosophy and the other one is art. And first of all, art, the fact that I didn't get credit for my art class makes me mad because I took this art class in IB as an elective course, so it didn't count for my diploma. I took it at the higher level, which I did not have to do since it was a course I did not have to take. And I scored like a 6 out of 7, which means I should get credit from my university for this course. But for whatever reason, they don't accept the art credit from the IB for my art class. So I don't get credit. I had a good weekend. That's good to hear. I don't get credit for this art class. And it really makes me sad because now I have to take an art class and I have not figured out which art class I'm going to take. And I've already done my schedules for my first 3 semesters. So I really should get on that. I digress. Right now I'm taking philosophy through a community college so that I can transfer it over to my school and get credit for it. And this philosophy course has just been a pain. Like, absolutely just a pain. Like the professor, the first week, so it's a 6-week course, so it's not long. It's not long at all. The first week, the professor wouldn't open any of the discussions that we had to do and wouldn't open one of the quizzes. So I emailed the professor and I said, "Dear professor," I didn't even say that. I just said, "Hello, hello. You have not opened these things. I need to do them before the end of the week. Please open them. This is on a Monday." I'd send this email on a Monday. On a Tuesday at like noon. I emailed it like Monday morning, like Tuesday at noon or afternoon. "Hello, I have opened the assignments." I go in, I check. He's opened 1 assignment. I'm like, okay. "You have not opened all of the assignments. I need all of the assignments opened. Please open all of the assignments." And he emails me back. "Dear Bryn, dear Miss Last Name." I was like, oh joy. Oh, here we go. "Ms. Last Name, please take time with this course. You must go through all the videos and all the courseworks and all the readings before you complete the assignments. Coursework takes diligence and time, and you are rushing through it, and you should not rush through it, and you should do things at the designated course pace." Now, I have looked at the designated course pace because there is a syllabus. Actually, that's a lie. The syllabus is awful. I looked at the course schedule, which was not in the syllabus for some reason. So I looked at the course schedule. The course schedule said that we had to do these assignments that were not unlocked because he had not unlocked them. And so I emailed back, "Mr. Last Name." I was done being nice. I was done saying hello. We are down to business now. I said, keep in mind, this is now a Wednesday night. Wednesday night. Because he emailed me back the second time, Wednesday afternoon. And I didn't check it until Wednesday night because I have things to do. Wednesday night. "Mr. Professor Last Name. Hello." I didn't say hello. I didn't actually say hello. That would have been too nice. I was mean. I was down to business. "Mr. Last Name, I have checked the designated course pace, and I have attached a screenshot of it," which I did. "If you go through any of these ways that you can access the assignment, you will see that the assignments are not able to be completed as their due dates are in 2020 and 2022. And it is not either of those 2 years, which makes it difficult to complete them. I have attached screenshots of this as well. Please consider altering the designated course pace if I am to follow the designated course pace. Thank you." I said thank you because I don't know how to end emails if they don't end with thank you. The next day I log in. Changed. I was like, seems like someone was in the right in this situation. Seems like someone knew what was going on. And so that was week 1. Week 2, Thursday. So I go in on Monday. So what I did before the stream today, I liked the stream. Thank you. What I did before the stream today was I woke up and I went to Starbucks because I had a coupon. And I got back from Starbucks and it was like 10:45. And I sit down at my laptop. And by that I mean I sit on the couch. And I open my laptop to do the coursework. I'm like, okay. This week, no problems. Last week was week 2. So I do my coursework on Mondays. What I'm trying to tell you is that I do my coursework on Mondays, and today is a Monday and I've done my coursework. So I go in on Monday and I do the coursework. And this week, that particular week, it was 1 quiz, 1 discussion, and a written assignment that I had to turn in on a Word doc. Fine. Turned it all in, not a problem. On Thursday of last week, there's an announcement on the page. Please submit all assignments in 12-point Arial font, except Arial was not spelled correctly. It was spelled with an E instead of an A. Okay. So I go in and I'm like, I'll have to resubmit the assignment that I already turned in because I already turned it in with Times New Roman, which is the much more sane font to choose. It's not like I'm writing in Comic Sans. I wrote in Times New Roman or Calibri or something, something normal. And so I go and I'm like, okay, well, I can't resubmit that assignment. And so I'm like, I guess from here on out, I'll have to submit it in Arial. So I'm like, let me go into the syllabus, which is awful. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And I check the syllabus. I know where in the syllabus does it say that I need to turn things in with Arial 12-point font. So he hasn't graded that assignment. But I'm telling you right now that if he grades me lower on that assignment because it was not in Arial 12-point font, I will be writing another strongly worded email. And you will be hearing about my second strongly worded email. That's all I'm trying to say. So the syllabus. Oh, Jesus. The syllabus lists contrary and not important information. And what I mean by this is I mean the syllabus starts out by telling me I will have to write 1 essay and do 1 test. Fine, I can do those things. That's not a problem. And so as I scroll down in the syllabus, 2 essays, no exams. I was like, okay. That's a little silly because that's not what you said before. And so I keep scrolling down the syllabus and I'm like, okay, well, let me just finish reading the syllabus and see if it tells me that I need to write in 12-point Arial font. Keep in mind, this was before I even did my first bout of coursework. And what does it say? No essays. Okay. So I gave up. I gave up trying to understand the syllabus and I just look at the course schedule now. That's the story I have for you today, folks. That's what I have to say about the course that I'm taking over the summer. All that to say, I have to write an essay on a specific topic, and I have to do it before July 2nd. And I was assigned this course, this piece of work last Monday. And I'm glad I didn't already do it, because I would not have put it in 12-point Arial font. Damn, yeah. Genuinely. That is all. That is all. That is all I have to say about my course that I'm taking thus far. Is that it has been an experience. It has been an experience. Sounds tiring. Yeah, I mean, okay. To be fair, if I took this course at my university, it would take 15 weeks. It would be a pain. I wouldn't want to do it. I would drag my feet. I'd be taking 5 other classes at the same time. This is much easier. It's 6 weeks. It's 2 to 3 assignments per week and this essay that I have to write at some point. And so the course itself is pretty easy so far. It's just that dealing with the professor has been, as you put it, tiring. For real? Yeah. But what can I say? I am trying my hardest. As of this week, once I reply to other people's posts and once I feel like I've submitted this essay, then I will be halfway done with the course, which is pretty good because 6 weeks is pretty short. So that's all. Okay. Let's do what am I drinking today? So I said I went to Starbucks and I went to Starbucks. It's Starbucks. I won't show you the other side. Actually, I should try and take off the label on the other side so that it doesn't say anything I don't want it to. Okay, now I can show you the label. Ooh, Starbucks. Okay, so what I have from Starbucks today, I don't normally go to Starbucks. I had a buy one, get one free coupon, and that's a really good deal. And so I went to Starbucks, and this drink was like $8, but I got another drink free. And so really, this drink was like $4. So what this drink is, I don't want to hold it because it's like dripping. It's wet. Condensation. This is a shaken brown sugar espresso, oat milk espresso. So it is oat milk and espresso and brown sugar syrup. And I made the espresso blonde. So it's blonde espresso. And then I put cinnamon cold foam on top. And then that's the drink. Only really had time to stop by and say hi today. Hope I have time to hang out more next stream. No worries. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you soon. Hope to catch you at the next one. So yeah, so I'm drinking this. I got this at like I said, I got home at like 10:45 from Starbucks. To be fair, I woke up at like 10. So by the time I got myself there. So yes, that's what I'm drinking from Starbucks today. And then I also have in a Starbucks cup, but not Starbucks. It's just water. Have a great day. Yeah, bye, Mickey. See you soon. So yes, that's what we're drinking today. That's the tea, and by tea I mean espresso and water. I feel like I've been like doing this a lot where I'm like double fisting drinks recently, but it's fine. But yes, I recommend this combination of drinks, of the cinnamon cold foam on top of the brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso with blonde espresso. Yummy. It is a little diluted though. I didn't ask for it without ice, which is my mistake. My mistake, but I'll drink it fast and then it won't be diluted. Maybe. Well, all the ice is already melted. That time has come and gone. Today, for lunch, I had soba, like instant soba, which, in my defense, was very good. When I move into my apartment for the school year, we won't be having streams that week probably when I move in because that'll be a little chaos, but I'll be able to make so much more food. And so I'll be able to make soba and like do cold soba and broth that you dip the soba in. That'll be really good. That'll be an easy meal because it's just cook soba, make soba cold, make dipping sauce. And I think I can handle those three things. That does not seem overwhelmingly difficult. So that's the plan. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and switch ourselves over to drawing. I really want to get this artwork done today. That's the goal. Hello? Hello? Why are we having problems? There we go. That was a little silly, but it's good now. I don't know what just happened. Nah, it's fine. Okay, so what was I doing? So I had this color. I had to make the stream overlay, or not overlay. I should make a stream overlay though. I had to make the stream thumbnail, and so I had to change my brushes. So what was I using? I had this. Okay. And we were doing this, and it was this layer. How did I miss this whole... No, there's an easy way to fix this. There's an easy way to fix it. So that's what we're gonna do, is just fix my mistake. Shh, nobody's gonna know. I don't know how I did that. Why didn't you yell at me? This side can be a little bit less perfect because I'm going to keep darkening this side, and so it doesn't need to look quite as seamless. Okay, now that we've fixed whatever that issue that I had just done was, I realized I hadn't turned on the music for this section. But there you go. Now you can have some music, even though I still can't hear it. This has been an ongoing issue, an ongoing issue where I cannot hear the music that I'm playing on my stream, and I just continue to not solve that problem. And so I just don't listen to music for like 2 to 3 hours. Okay, speaking on music though, I have been obsessed with this band called OK Goodnight. And they released a new album recently. And I have just been like eating it alive. It's so good. It's so good. And it's like they do like progressive rock, which is usually not my thing. Like, to be fair, like I'm usually so much more of like either casual rock or J-pop or J-rock. Like that's like so much more my beat. But I've been so obsessed with their rock for like, I guess over a year now. Definitely over a year, because I think I found them either last year or the year prior. And their new album is called The Fox and the Bird, and it is so good. And I can't play it on stream because I will surely get copywritten and DMCA'd and all the bad things in the world. But I highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's so good. It's just amazing. My favorite song has to be probably The Bird, and then my next favorite song probably is The Rain, which is really silly because those are like the two least rock songs on the album. They're both kind of ballads, but I do this thing with bands. And someone else tell me if they do this, where I will listen to all of the songs on an album, love them all, and then single out the ballads. So like, for example, One OK Rock, they released an album in like September called Luxury Disease, and also a banger album. Also highly recommend. Specifically recommend the Japanese version. Pick it up, try it out, Spotify it. It's great. It's amazing. It's my love. Anyways, I love all the songs. Neon Lights, banger. So many of the songs are bangers, actually, TBH. Save Yourself, banger. What's my favorite song? Your Tears Are Mine. The ballad again. It's always a ballad. They're a rock band, and I listened to all their songs, and I was like, the ballad. But that one I love so much that I like know all the words to it, which is really, really a lot to handle. Me knowing all the words to a band song is like, A, high praise, and B, kind of low-key impressive. Because I'm not good with lyrics. I just kind of know the melodies to songs. Like, that's how I am right now with OK Goodnight, is I've listened to it enough that I could probably hum you most of the songs, but I don't think I could tell you any of the lyrics. I know they're good lyrics. I've looked them up. I've listened to them. I've thought about them. But, like, do I know them? No. Surely not. But that's like my little grief that I have with bands right now. I don't actually listen to that much rock though. Well, no, not that much. I listen to it sometimes. I think it's good. I think it's a great genre of music. I just don't particularly obsess over it, except for OK Goodnight and One OK Rock. And yes, I do see the irony in the fact that both of those are having the word okay in them. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you why. But they do. Okay, so I was talking about last Friday how I needed to finish my fan fiction. I need to finish my fan fiction chapter and edit it and post it on Saturday. And you'll be so impressed. I did it. I did all the little editing. I did all the work. And I posted it, and people really liked it. So it was really good. It's gotten, okay, this chapter in specific, for whatever reason, has gotten a lot more attention, I think, than my other chapters. This was the 4th chapter. I have it listed right now as like out of 9. It might end up being out of 10. Because right now I have 1 through 6. So, okay. I have 1 through 4 posted. 5 is fully written, but it needs to be like hardcore edited. 6 is mostly written, and then I have the rest of the chapters, like the plot points, planned. But the issue is that those plot points include chapter 6.5. And on AO3, you can't do half chapters. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't think the content in that chapter is going to be enough to make itself a whole chapter. But if I tack it onto the end of chapter... Whoa, that was really unnecessary. If I tack it onto the end of chapter 5, that would probably be fine. Or sorry, if I tack it onto the end of chapter 6, it'll probably be fine, but that'll be a real chonky chapter. Like, she's gonna be thick. Because it's already... I'm not fully done writing it, and it's already, like, almost 7,000 words. And I usually write, like, 5,000 to 7,000 word chapters. And so she's thick. She's thick. And I think the chapter count, or the chapter word count, is just going to keep going up. But then if I tack it onto the front of chapter 7, then the issue I'm going to run into is that there's too many similar things happening. Because the plan is characters go to place, have revelation, and then dip out. Bryn, I'm going to go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you again at the next stream. But yes, the issue is that the chapters right now, the thing that's happening with them is character goes to place, thing happens, they leave. Which is fine. Like, that's chill. We like that. Except if I think if I have that happen twice in a chapter, that's going to get a little awkward. And so I don't want that to happen. Bye. You're welcome. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to make these things more red. They're not red enough. I'm having thoughts. All that to say, I did make my deadline, my personally set deadline for my fanfiction, so that was good. I do need to hit that again this week, but I'll figure it out. That is not bright enough. It is not doing any of what I want it to do. Hello? Work with me. Yeah, that's a little better. We can tolerate that. Yay for tolerating things. Maybe we can't tolerate that. That's real neon. Well, it's fine. That's real neon. Oof. Maybe I'll turn the opacity of this layer down and that'll solve all my problems. Mayhaps. That would be nice. Ooh, okay. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that I have done lining and I'm gonna have to fix it. But it's not so bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was when I was looking at it up close. Baby's gonna need some background and some screen, some color matching, and like some areas are really light now that I like zoom myself out, but like it's not so bad. It's fine. Like I talked about using the tools in Procreate, and like this is a prime example of like I use those tools. I just don't know how to properly utilize them. Because I know that these tools exist and they are helpful to me. I just am not as good as I could be at working with them. Okay, see, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad at all. The level of convincing that's happening right here, right now, is me convincing myself. Astounding, truly. Okay. Actually, might double. Duplicate. Whoa, okay, she's real neon now. Did that do anything? Hold on. Literally no. I like that. I think. I deleted it because I need to finish doing this part first before I can go back and do the other part, but that's okay. It's all okay. The problem is in the areas where it's like really light, it gets really light. And then it looks kind of neon, and I don't love that. I don't love the neon look. But that's okay. Maybe I like the neon look. Maybe I don't like the muted look. I don't know what I think or how I feel. It's a little conflicting. I'm a little confused. It's fine. I need to do these. And then that's kind of this part done. Which this part wasn't hard, but I think that this trick of this part is gonna be in dealing with the line work that I did. Goodness. The line work that I did, because it's dark black and it doesn't look great. But I think that's gonna be a problem just in general. And so I don't think that that's a specific problem to write here. Now, that being said, we can duplicate. We can do overlay. And wow, that's really green, actually. Well, it might look less green when we put in the background, so I'll leave it for now. We can deal with the consequences of our actions later. Yeah, yeah. Skin tone. He's so tan. He's such a tan boy. I guess he has been in the sun a lot. Like, all the time. But he's my tan little guy. Also, obligatory. His skin tone is going to be lighter than it is in the picture because this is watercolors, and that's what watercolors do. And I'm just color matching, color picking, and putting it on top. I'm not doing it on purpose, it's just how it looks. That being said, this brush could be bigger. So that's not so bad. when we believe and we blend like crazy, things turn out okay. That being said, oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. The thing is, you can always erase and you can always blend out, but it's really hard to do both. So like you can blend out mistakes that are like, you can erase mistakes that are kind of outside, but it's really hard to turn the opacity of something inside down. And so I'd rather work the color up from like the bare minimum than try and work it back down, if that makes sense. But I'm obsessed with this game right now. Like high-key obsessed. Tears of the Kingdom has my whole heart. And it had my heart before it even came out, which is like... I mean, I think that's how a lot of the fans feel, probably. But that's definitely how I felt. And then I played it and I got the story. And I was blown away by the thought that went into it. Because when I started looking at the game, and I might honestly make a video about this, just like the way that Tears of the Kingdom, like hype and whatever made us feel. And like how something so big as this gets integrated in our understanding of the world and like how we approach life as a result of it. And that all sounds very conceptual and very strange. But what I mean is like there's a lot of hype surrounding Tears of the Kingdom. There was a lot of hype, and like people were like very excited for actual literal genuine years. And so I think that that's something that is quite special. For years of hype for one thing. It came out, and then what happens? What happens when the excitement from international excitement for years that has been building for years, and so for some people for like decades, in a sense. Because if you've been a Legend of Zelda fan since you were a kid, it's been like 36, 37 years, something like that. Like, you could be at the point where this game has been like a decade of like hype. And so how do we treat that in this kind of like digital age? I think is very interesting. I could do like a whole research study on it, TBH, because we had the initial hype and the initial excitement, and obviously that went over really, really well. Each trailer that came out, there was just more discussion and more hype and more people playing Breath of the Wild who had never played Breath of the Wild so that they could get excited for Tears of the Kingdom. And it's like, I think it was very much a thing that was like special to the people who were in it, who were a part of it. But at the same time, like it was something much bigger than perhaps what the Zelda fandom has seen in the past. Like more eyes were on this game, I think, than any other game, just because Breath of the Wild was so loved in such a way that like was quite new. And so it's been exciting both to see the hype for the game as it like built up, as well as exciting to see the hype for the game now that it's come out. Because I don't think that the hype has diminished, but the obsession, the cultural obsession, has definitely not diminished. People are still making like videos and like essays and whatever on like kind of all of it, but especially like the music and like the characterization and like, are these two in a relationship and blah, 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 blah. And like, I think what's quite beautiful about it in this game in particular is it introduces a lot of lore that people might not take as lore. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how the fandom copes. Because we're a little over a month out now from when the game had released. And I think that to a certain extent, the hype is still kind of building. It's still there. And so I think it's again, quite interesting to be a part of, to be able to watch, to be paying attention to. Yeah. I don't know. It's quite special. It's quite special. Especially when we consider, like, I don't know, just the global phenomenon that this game has had. It's definitely unlike anything I've ever seen. I think the closest thing I can equate it to that's happening kind of right now, his skin is quite dark. I guess it's quite dark in the thing as well. To his other ear. The closest thing I think that can be easily equated to is kind of Taylor Swift and the Eras Tour. I am several bands removed from Taylor Swift's music and her sphere. Like we literally talked about earlier, my obsession with One OK Rock and J-pop and OK Goodnight. Like, these are not Taylor Swift-esque bands. And yet, I still get stuff on, like, my For You page on Instagram or whatever, the Explore page, that's, like, about the Eras Tour and, like, going to the Eras Tour and my experience at the Eras Tour and blah, 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 blah. And, like, I'm several bands removed from the type of person that would go to a Taylor Swift concert, and yet I still hear about it. And I feel like that's kind of how Tears of the Kingdom has been, to a certain extent. In that, like, people were really excited. Is this the same color? Oh, that's an eraser. Yeah, it's kind of the same color. I want to give him a little bit of blush. So sue me. Like, there are people online who heard about Tears of the Kingdom and, like, played Breath of the Wild to get hyped for Tears of the Kingdom when they'd never played Zelda or heard of Zelda or were in any way, in any shape, like, connected to Zelda because of the hype that the internet founded. It makes for a different kind of advertising than had been in Zelda lore past, because there's no longer, like, the hype of an E3 isn't there anymore. But the hype of a YouTube premiere for a Nintendo Direct is astounding. Millions of views on these trailers. Like, it gives me chills thinking about it. It was such a beautiful time in the world to, like, be able to witness and take part in, and, like, I don't know. That's so different from anything else that I think we've experienced thus far, at least to a certain extent. And you can disagree with me, sorry, if you want to. I just think that this is something that I have never seen before, quite like this. Like, even the Star Wars movies, when they came out, I guess you could argue that was kind of a similar effect in that people were very excited and it was kind of a global phenomenon. But this is just in such a different level. I'm going to do 2 layers, and then I'm going to do a half layer. I think that's what we're going for here. Well, this side can probably be lighter because it's on the other side. Ooh, that was real big. All that to say, if you haven't played Tears of the Kingdom, maybe you should. Maybe you should. Think about it. Think about it. Okay, y'all, we're back to testing the theory. 2 o'clock to 2:30. How many emails will I get? Put in your guesses now. Put in your guesses now, and I will tell you I've already gotten one. I will tell you I've gotten 1 email thus far. But yeah, there's a good solid chance I might make a video about kind of the hype of Tears of the Kingdom. And I know that someone's already made a video about the hype, but I want to do like a video about the continued excitement and like kind of how it rivals other aspects and other things in other games. So maybe keep an eye out for that. Okay, he looks a little silly, I'm not gonna lie. He looks a little silly with all the colors like this. I want to... That's fine. I should have named my layers. Yeah, you come down here. Be friends. Great. You are fine as you are. You could stand to be more red. Actually, that needs to be even darker and probably even more red. Yeah, that's a better color for you, my friend. You... Maybe I should not have made you friends, actually. Because now I'm just going to make you darker. I just want like a layer of brown. I don't know that it needs to be fully... Yeah, what we're going to do is like erase 2, 3. We'll do 2.5. I think that's good. I think it'll... Let's put his hair in and then I'll decide what to do with his skin color because it's just quite orange, I think. Actually, no, that's going to be the issue here is it's just quite orange. And I don't... I'm so bad at color theory. That's one of the things I'm really bad at. So if I do a layer of like a bluish purple like this, and this is gonna look silly for a second, and then we're gonna erase, like, can we erase? Actually, we could just do divide. And multiply? What the heck color am I? Yeah, I think that helped. Maybe. I don't know. I did it anyways. Oh, he just looks green. Why he look green? Maybe I didn't do it blue enough. Oh. Yeah. That's fine. Actually, that's fine. Actually, wait. We're gonna do it the other way around. We're gonna do smaller layers of painting it on by hand. So I'm gonna do layers of 10%, I guess. 10 or 11. 1, 2. 2 is too many. Do this one of like 2%. That's good. I think it takes out a lot of the brassiness and just makes him a little bit darker. That being said, once again, let's do his hair. I think that'll help. I probably should have waited to do that actually until I had done his hair, but too late. What brush shall we use? Perhaps this one. I just pick at random. There's no thought process. There's nothing in my head. Yeah, I think that would have looked bad against how orange his skin was previously. I forgot I don't like this brush very much. We'll do this one. That one's really big. That's what she said. No, I shouldn't make those jokes like that. Wowie, this is gonna take so much cleanup. Yay, my favorite. Cleaning up. It's fine. This is also gonna take 67 layers. I have not forgotten about his under hair. One dark layer, a second dark layer. Fine. There we go. There we go. Yeah. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in with like this brush, I guess, and take one of the darker spots of his hair and do so then somebody's gonna have to remind me that this is gonna need to be the top layer because I'm putting stuff that's gonna need to stay where it is. So, chat, someone remind me. I don't like this part, but other than that, that was fine. Oh, I forgot that's how that was gonna happen. Oh, this is why we separate our layers, kids. Don't be like me. Woo! She's thick. She's chunky. She's chunky. Okay, maybe not. No, that's fine. Everything is fine. There are no problems here. Did I go in and grab a lighter section just to try this again? Yes. Yes, that is a thing I did. Did it work? Not really. Not particularly, no. But that's okay. I'm much happier, by the way, with his skin color now. I hope you are too, because I'm probably not going to change anything about it, except maybe add more blush, because blush. Because blush. And I'm going to clean up his hair. This is the part I don't like, by the way, if that wasn't abundantly obvious. That's actually fine. I'm gonna leave the little part above his eye just because it does a lot. She's working double. She's working overtime. Cute. Great. Wonderful. Everybody's happy. Nobody's unhappy. Everybody's happy. Did I put anything on this? No. Why is it? Go away. I don't know if that did anything helpful, but I guess it doesn't personally offend me. Well, it kind of personally offends me. I can always do it again. I was cleaning up. I was doing the part that I hate. This is such an awkward reference, but the song I have stuck in my head right now is from the Cinderella musical, In My Own Little Corner, which is like a song by Cinderella before she like goes to the ball or whatever. When she's just a little servant person and she is in her own little corner, I guess. I don't know, it's a cute song, good melody. That's clean, right? We can all agree that that's clean. And I don't need to do anymore. I hope so, because I don't really want to do anymore. I don't like cleaning. I'm going to add some pupils now, I think, because he's still a little awk. He's still a little awk. Without the pupils, he still looks like he's staring into your soul. They don't look like they're looking in the same direction. That's email number 2, just for the record. I don't think you can hear that, but I can hear every time I get an email. should not do that on the same layer. That was a little bit sacrilegious of me. We'll pretend that looks normal for now and then come back to it potentially later. Also, I'm cold. My feet are cold. I don't have socks on today because I wore sandals to Starbucks. So I gotta get my blankie because I'm 5. Also, you'll notice I've diligently avoided doing his hands. I don't want to. I forgot I had a speckle brush. Tea. That's just a regular brush. That doesn't even look like anything. Hi! Can you do a sleep stream on live cam? Not right now, but potentially in the future. It is not ruled out. A subathon is not ruled out. How are you doing today, Maria? Hi, I'm just doodling today. We're just kind of hanging out. Oh, I'm cleaning up all my mistakes and drawing outside the lines that I drew for myself. I still have that song stuck in my head. I still have the Cinderella musical song stuck in my head. I should probably listen to it. Can you do a sleep stream on live? I will be happy. Unfortunately, not right now, but in the future, potentially, we could do some sort of a subathon or streamathon type beat where I would sleep on cam. But that would probably be in the future since I'm not even monetized right now. And so spending that amount of time doing something for stream is a little bit outrageous for me at the moment. But if you want to stick around and potentially see something like that in the future, feel free to subscribe and put on the little bell icon for notifications, and you can be notified in case that does happen. Anyways, how was your weekend? I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the stream, but I think we have a new batch of people in right now. My weekend was pretty fun. I went shopping, and I went out for breakfast and for dinner, and I didn't even talk about the donuts I got. I went to a donut shop and I got donuts and they were really good. Recommend. Not gonna tell you where I got them or where I went to go shopping, but there were donuts. Recommend. Support local bakeries. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know where I was going with that bit, but bakeries, good. Donuts, great. This coat, still too light. Okay. Guess who's gonna go back and do more of the coat? Me. I made them be friends and now I regret it. I'm just gonna take the darker color because I put an overlay over top. I'm okay. The drama is that I'm gonna turn down the opacity of the overlay again. And I'm also gonna turn up the size of this brush by like 12-fold. And I'm also gonna turn off. So many things are happening. I'm gonna turn off these. Okay, this song is like seriously stuck in my head to the point where I'm gonna have to play it for myself. You're not gonna be able to hear it because you're just not going to be able to hear it, but I need to play it for myself. And so you'll probably get to hear me hum along, which means I probably need to turn off the music you're listening to so you can listen to me hum it. Because I don't think I'll get DMCA'd if it's like, okay, this is also the wrong tab. If it's like a cover, but it's not a cover, it's just me humming it because it's stuck in my head. In case you're wondering what song I'm going to be playing, it's in my own little corner. It's the Julie Andrews version. It's really good. And I'll leave your music on. And then I won't have it. I'll just listen to it for myself. And we'll have silence for 12 seconds. If you want to listen to it, hit play now. I like the Julie Andrews version the best, but there are other versions that are also very good. So this song, okay, I get like real aggressive over songs stuck in my head, like to the point where it will bother me. And I will just play one part of a song over and over and over in my head, and that's what I'm doing right now, which is why I am listening to it. But the Julie Andrews version is the best, in my opinion. She's a god. For those of you who are counting, that was email number 3. What time is it? Oh, it's 2:30. Okay. The 2 to 2:30 propaganda was kind of disproven today. I only got 3 emails. Oh, and one of them was a comment on my fanfiction. Tea. I can't wait to read that. I love reading comments. Young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. All night in dawn. Yes, I am lip syncing to a song you cannot hear. Welcome to the stream. Girl, and go mad for love's a game I can play. I should really check to make sure my stream health is okay. Okay, we're good. My own corner. Look at that, we made it darker, we succeeded. That was my qualm, it was too light. This side? This side. Okay. The 2 to 2:30 propaganda, it is still in the 2:30s. That was email 4. Is what I'm trying to tell you. So that was email number 4. To be back in my own little corner. We've listened to the song, ladies and gentlemen. We've done the thing. Are we all thrilled? And now I will pause my music and not hum for you anymore. You're welcome, honestly, for not humming anymore. I guess I was more singing than humming, because I know the words to that one. I'm so bad with words to songs. I usually just know like the sounds. But I know the words to Own Little Corner. My Own Little Corner. I know all the words. I'm gonna do one pass on this side, make it like mild. Okay, that was a lot more than mildly darker, but I was gonna go for mildly darker. Mildly darker. Okay, that's mild. That's mild. Bingo bongo. That's a little too dark, TBH. Actually, that's gonna be the moment. Bingo bongo, we've done it. Woo. Now we have to do my favorite part, which is cleaning up again. In case you were wondering, I hate cleaning up what I've drawn because it takes a long time and it's tedious and it's not fun. But I like the results of it, and so I do it anyways, even though I don't like it. Modern problems require modern solutions. She says as she turns the opacity to like 10. Once again, modern problems require modern solutions. Can anybody see a difference when I do that? No. Can I see a difference when I do that? Yeah. Yeah, I see the difference. Which is why I do it. I've talked about it before, but I really just draw for funsies and like for me. And so all of like the little edits that I make and like cleaning stuff up like this, it's all just for me and for my benefit. And so I like that more. I'm happier with that than I was before. I still think it needs color variation, but this might help with that a little bit, but 50-50. I'm also still avoiding his hand. Okay, how can we add color variation? Well, one of our options is Speckle Brush, our best friend, Speckle Brush. And I think that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna go a little bit darker and we're gonna Speckle Brush this to, well done. Yeah, I see that. Now everybody say thank you, Speckle Brush. You've done the most. Thank you, Queen. Yeah. Let's chill. Speckle Brush, Speckle Brush. Ooh, I could sneeze. I could sneeze. So what were we at? 5 emails? 4 emails? 5 emails? I think we're finally out of the no, we're not even out of the 230s yet. I don't know why this is the bit that I'm doing right now, but that's what's happening. I'm gonna have to deal with his hand right now, actually. Yeah, that's the size. Modern problems require modern solutions, and that was not a very modern solution because I didn't like how it looked. Okay, this is how we're solving my problems. Yeah, this is a reasonable solution. That was a really big brush. I'm gonna just make up the color for his borrowed hand because I don't think I'm gonna be able to very easily color pick it. I feel like the theme of this stream has been modern problems require modern solutions. And all of the solutions that we've come up with today are just bad. But that's okay, because they've worked. Bad solutions that still function aren't bad. I mean, they kind of are, but like, this is definitely cheating. I don't care. I don't want to switch back and find that layer, so I'm not going to. It works. The problem works. It solves itself. Kind of. That's what I don't like about this specific brush, is it like fills in back on itself. I don't like that very much. This one's a little bit better about it, but it's just so much less opaque. And so it takes approximately 3 trillion layers to get it to where I want it to be. I don't even like that color. I don't think it matches. I'm hot and I want a break, so I'm gonna take one. Also, you can totally see the table behind me. That's the problem. There's nothing on there that's bad, it's just messy. Okay. How can I fix this color to make myself like it more? Well, the ultimate solution is just to make it a little bit more red. It lightens it up a lot, but I think that that helps in the long run, unfortunately. Maybe I could make that layer like slightly less. Yeah, like there. Just so that it matches in with the rest of what we've done, I think is fine. That's another email. I think we're out of the 230s now. 244. We are out of the 230s. Maybe I should amend my theory to be 2 to 3. That's fine. So I still need to do his necklace. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that. I don't love the color. That's better. Okay. So now we have the problem of dealing with all of the lines that I've drawn and what I want to do with it. So sometimes what we do is we do a little bit of a darker color than what it is outlining, and it looks nice. But the thing is, you don't know if it's going to look nice until you've done it all. So here we go. So we take this and we go a little bit darker, just about there, and we switch over to this and we bring it all the way up. Bring that a little bit bigger than that. And we line. And the reason why I've turned off the background is that I can better see when I'm putting a color over the black so that I don't miss any areas, because that would be upsetting. This is kind of the point where you can be the messiest with it, because I'm going to go back and do the parts that I'm skipping over right now, but I have to do these first. I don't have to do this part first, but I have to do one of the parts first, and then the rest of them will just be neater than this because it'll go over top of whatever I mess up right now. And what's nice is I can color pick right from the lines I'm drawing. So in case I need to go back and retouch up any of these areas, or I find that I missed a spot, I can color pick right from the line, and so I don't ever lose my colors. Whereas with the watercolor, to a certain extent, you lose your colors because they're getting washed out with the white. And so you'll see if I zoom all the way out that this looks totally different with and without the background, because the white does a lot to add color, and I've designed it that way. I've like drawn it out that way. And so taking away that kind of safety net is scary. This, because it's a lighter color on top of the dark black, I don't necessarily need to turn off the background to see what I'm doing. But I do need to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't do what I just did, which is just color over random things. Oop. So like here we have one of those intersecting areas where I have to be a little bit more careful of what I'm doing. But now that we're kind of going back out to a bigger area, ooh, and we can see I missed an area with the red, so I'll grab that in a second. Grab that before I forget it. Go back to the line, grab that area of red, go back to the other line, and grab back the area of gray. Not so bad. But again, sometimes I go 50-50 on the colored lines like this. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. And so I kind of have to do the whole thing and then decide if I love it or hate it. But the nice thing is by doing this, I'm not ruining the black line art underneath. And so it's really easy to go back and say, well, I don't like it, I'll take it away. And so that's the benefit of doing it in this way where I'm clipping mask it, is I can just turn off or delete the clipping mask if I don't like what I've done. If you are just stopping in for the first time and you're lurking or you're watching the VOD, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out for a little while. feel free to like and comment if you're enjoying this VOD or this stream. And feel free to subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell icon that'll come up. That way you can be notified when I post a video or when I go live so that you can catch one of the live streams. We have a lot of chat conversation when people are hanging out. And so it can be pretty fun to hang out and join chat. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, let's do this part. Oh, redo. Thank you. Please and thank you. A little bit darker. The way I decide what color an area is going to be is just totally based on what I feel like it's outlining. Go back and do this part first. Then I'll go back and do a hand, a green hand. One might even call it an ultra hand. We don't do bad puns that often. If that's your grief here, don't let it be. That was kind of a one-time thing. I hope nobody skipped that part in the VOD and then that was like their click off. That would be pretty funny, actually. I'm pretty happy with the colored line art, I think, for this. I think the black was quite stark, but I liked having like the thicker lines. I think it gives it kind of an interesting look. And so I think that the colored line art is doing a lot to tone down the thicker lines, which is kind of ideal because black is quite a stark color and this tones it down. Makes it look a little bit more, not realistic, because no part of this is realistic, but just a little bit more ingrained, I guess. And that's pretty good. But I think his eyelashes are gonna remain black. Or I could make them a very dark gray. Alternatively, we'll leave it like that for now, and then we'll decide. Not right now. So let's see. I've been watching a BL. Shocker, not a surprise. Nobody's surprised. But it's Zendamishi, and I will not translate that into English. I don't think it's not bad. It's just weird. Okay, and then the show is like incredibly cringe. These are eyebrows. We should make them the color of hair. It's like I can't even say I had high hopes. I was cringing from the first episode, and now I'm just kind of watching it for the funnies, if that makes sense. But it's like the characters are ticking me off, and I feel like I've watched 10 episodes out of 12, and nothing's happened. And it's like the main character just keeps making really frustrating moves and like doing things that I think are not commendable. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want the characters to be good people who do good people things and deserve me liking them. And that's not how I feel about this character. Also, I don't like that line. That's not how I feel about the main character in this show, and so it's really upsetting because I feel like, I don't know, at a show like this, they had so much opportunity to make it a comedy show. So the premise of the show is that this guy likes to eat dinner without being clothed. And I don't know why that's the premise, but it's like every time they've done it, it's gotten weirder. And I'm like, no part of this needed to be weird. Like, it can be quite, I feel like they could have done it in such a way where it would have been a silly, funny concept, and I would have been, ha ha ha, so silly, so funny. And instead, I watch it and I'm like, oh, this is really awkward, and these characters are really awkward, and it's like, the premise is like eating meals from around the world, cooking meals from around the world, because his dead grandmother left him a cookbook of meals to cook from around the world. And that's what they're doing in the show the whole time. That's the whole show. And I don't understand why some of the characters do the things they do. Like, this one character was like emotionally invested in another character and then started dating this girl, and that was not the person they were emotionally invested in. And I'm like, you're stupid. You should not get into a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. You should wait until you can be emotionally invested in that person. It's not what they did. What if I went back and did all the hair that color? Guess what I'm gonna do. And so, but anyways, these characters are just awkward with each other and they don't really have any chemistry. And I think not the male lead, not the main character. I think he's attractive, but I don't think the main character's my type. Which is fine, not everybody needs to be my type. But somebody needs to be my type. Better. Fixed. Solved. Resolved. Okay. Now we have to do this part again, which I messed up the first time, so now I need to be more careful when I do it this time. It's fine. Everybody's fine. Nobody's dying. Does it even look better darker? I think so. I think so. I think so, and that's what matters. What doesn't look good is his little chin, and how can I fix that? The problem is I don't know where it's coming from. I do know where it's coming from. All of our problems have been solved. By that I mean it was just a little bit of dirt. It was a little dirt on his face, and I didn't like it there. There we go. I just had a moment where I couldn't remember if I had done that yet. Okay, so now we're down to some of the harder parts. So this is what we're gonna do next. This hat is gonna come first because I think it's easy. I think it's easier. There we go. Okay, I'm definitely a fan of the colored line art for this, I've decided. It only took me this long. It only took me this long to decide that I liked what I've been doing for the last 45 minutes. But at least I arrived at that conclusion at all. Because I could have done this whole thing and then decided I didn't like it at all and then deleted it all. But I don't think I'm going to do that because I'm relatively happy with it. I think. Probably. Okay, so we still have the necklace and like kind of the highlights, the little colored bits and boops he has on his clothes. We'll do the bits and boops first, I guess. What I'm gonna do for these is I think I'm gonna make them, whoa, that's a lot to handle. I take that back. What am I gonna do? Is this cringe or is this Peepo Pog wow? Let's do half of it and then decide. We'll zoom out and then we'll decide. If it's cringe or Peepo Pog wow. Put your bets in chat first. Am I gonna look at this and say, wow, that's the worst thing I've ever done? Or am I gonna look at it and go, wow, we can do the whole thing like that? It's worse. I don't like it. We'll make it go dark. We'll make it this color, but slightly darker. Oh no. Yeah, I think that's a better choice. It's the slightly more boring choice, I think, because it doesn't add the same emphasis that the decorations had on the original, but I think it makes them blend in a lot more, and it's consistent with the rest of the line art we've done, since every other piece of line art that we've done has been darker, but that's to be expected. right? Like consistency is better. Yeah, I like that. I'm a fan, actually. Oh, it doesn't look as good down here, but consistency, I guess. Okay, we need to do his necklace and then decide what to do with his eyelashes, and then we've done it, people. Well, we've done this part. And then we need to do the background. But we've done it. We've done something, at the very least. I'm gonna pick up, actually, that color. We'll just do that color. Which, even though I just harped on consistency, is not consistent with what we've done with the rest. But I think the thing is that I want the necklace to be a little diff. The necklace we did with a pencil brush instead of a watercolor moment. And so it's already a little diff, and so it can continue to be a little chigao. You know what I mean? All right, everybody say, wow, we love that for us. Wow, we love that for us. Yeah, we do. Except I don't know what to do with his eyelashes. I might make them thinner. This might mess up everything and we might undo it immediately, but we're gonna look at it first. We're gonna edit it slightly, but I think this is probably gonna be the way to go. It's just to make them a little thinner. Oh, got another email. Who's keeping track? Because I've lost count. It's only been one exciting email, by the way. The rest have been spam. But one email was a comment on my fic, so that was exciting. It was a really old fic, though, not the new one. I guess it's not really old, but kind of old. This is being very picky, but the eyes I think are important and I don't want to mess them up. And so I'm going to be a little picky. Oh. A little pickier with the eyes. That's what I was getting at before I was so rudely interrupted by myself. I like that. I think it looks better when it's thinner. I'm happy. I think I might actually even take this color and do a moment. It's a lot more obvious over here, huh? But I think that looks better. Yeah, I like that. I'm a fan. We've done a thing. Claps. Claps. Yay! I think that's all of it lined. And I like the color. I like the colored line art. Okay. Whew. Take a short mental break from the drawing. But we have done the line art. Ooh. Stretch, stretch, everybody stretch. Everybody water break, water, water. Yeah. I'm happy. I hope everybody else is happy too, because I'm happy. So that is just there for me as a divider because I don't like doing groups with my layers. I find it confusing, but I know that I'll be able to differentiate the body from the background if I do that. Like if I look for that all white thing, that'll be the only place where I have that. I could also make it like a bright pink or something, which would also be obvious, but I did have at one point like a bright purple that I was using for the work itself. And so I don't want to do that unless I know that I won't use that color, and I don't know that. The other thing that I kind of want to think about doing right now, just before we move on too far, actually that's a pretty good color, is whether I want any sun beams on his little face or on his body at all. So this is again going to be like a little experimental moment. That we can always go back to at the end and see if it looks good. But it would be like, that's really harsh. Go like 50%. He looks a little silly. But it would be something like this, where it's like just capping. I don't like it right now, but that might change after we put in the background. Background. Okay, so we have a sketch for the background that I kind of did. The background, I think, it gets to be a lot more impressionistic, and I think I'm going to do it mostly on one layer, except for maybe the trees and the rocks will be a separate layer. And obviously the part that goes in front of him, that part of the grass will be a separate layer, but I think we're just going to kind of go for it because it doesn't need to be as defined as everything else. So again, going into my little watercolor brushes. I did not make these brushes, obviously. I am a thief, and by that I mean someone put them online for free and I wanted them. And so I took them from the free website. Okay, so the problem that we're gonna have is that we need to do, actually, I am such a liar. We need to do, before we do the background, we need to do an outline of white around his entire body. And the reason why we're doing that outline of white is so that, and actually we might find more success in just copy and pasting. Duplicate line art, drag to the bottom, drag and drop important things into the line art. Actually, we're gonna do it at the top. We're gonna do it at the top first, and we're gonna do background color off. And we're gonna drag and drop white. And the reason why we're gonna drag and drop white is because I want to still be able to see his body. So I've done, okay, how's a better way I can put this? We've done this entire piece so far on a white background with watercolors, which are innately transparent, right? That's part of like their deal on Procreate. And when we transition over to doing the background, it's going to go on top of what we've already put down, which we did under the premise that it would continue to be on a white background. And so we need to make the have, we need to make the have, guys. We need to make the character have a white background so that it doesn't look too awkward. And so that the colors don't get influenced by the background. I forgot about this step, but it's important, so we're gonna do it. Not all of it needs to be dragged and dropped. Like, this is gonna be easier to do it this way. His middle is gonna be easier to do this way. Whoop, that's not. Not all of this is easily dragged and dropped, but some of it is. It's such a tiny little eraser. That part's the only part I believe that shines through. Also, yeah, you can see the line work that I've done. It's messy. And this can go back to being a clipping mask. Okay. Those dots that I'm not filling in are already opaque, and so they don't necessarily need, a background. I think that's it. So then what we can do is we can take this, drag it all the way to just above that barrier that we made, and then we can turn back on the background. Oh, and you'll see I forgot. So we'll go here, This needs to be erased, just pretty gently. This needs to be erased. Everything else is fine the way it is. We'll double check that claim in a moment, but like as far as I know, everything else is gonna be okay. And again, the line art's already opaque, so it doesn't need a background. It's just that the watercolor is mainly transparent, and so it does need that background. Okay, we've done it. So now, when we go through and we take the blue color that we've been working with, and we go back to the brush that we were working with, when we do the sky, again, like we had been doing, there won't be any issues. Yeah, see? Problem solved. So we can go back and do the sky, just as we were. And now it's no longer tinting his face because we've gone and done that barrier layer of white. Everybody does things a little differently. I don't do traditional art and I don't do traditional watercolor especially. And so my overwhelming desire to do things in the traditional correct manner is pretty slim. And so whenever I can do little tricks like that that make my life easier, even if they aren't technically proper, I don't mind doing it. It doesn't hurt my soul as much as it might hurt yours. I think that part of digital art is learning how to use tools like that and learning how to do that sort of thing to your own like advantageous self. And so, yeah, we can get something like that where the sky is real bright. And then we can go in with clouds. We can dull it down. I said we can go in with the clouds and why are they not showing? Because it's a really dull brush. I think I've said this every stream. I'm going to say it again though, just in case. I know that my art is not the best. I never claim it to be the best. I don't tell anybody it's the best because it's not the best. It's just art that I do for me, for my fun. I don't have an art degree. I don't do art as a job. I don't make money from this. I just kind of do it for my own enjoyment. And so any recommendations for my art you have, I probably won't take. I will take like things like books and movies as recommendations, but for like tips and tricks on my art, I really won't take them, especially if it's correcting me, just because if something works and it works and I don't need you to fix something that really ain't broke, unless I ask for it. That would be an exception to that. That would be an exception to that statement, but I haven't asked for any help, and so maybe don't offer it. That's my recommendation. I'm actually going to do the rocks first. There we go. If this is your first time in the stream or you've jumped to this point in the VOD and you're enjoying yourself, feel free to drop a like, drop a comment, drop a chat message, and feel free to like and subscribe. If you do subscribe, please consider turning on the bell notifications. Those will let you get notifications when I go live, which will make it easier for you to catch me doing this in real life, or doing this while it's live. We like to have some pretty nice chat messages and chat conversations, and so it's always a good time to catch a live stream. So yeah, just think about it. Ooh, that doesn't go any smaller. Yikes. This does, though. So I've been re-watching some of the Dragon's Tears and memories from Tears of the Kingdom. And they just hit so much harder the second time. Like, bro, some of the stuff I didn't realize until the second time, and now I'm having a mental breakdown the second time around. That's the comment of the day. That's just the comment of the day. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just got my heart, and I'm constantly having a breakdown. Yeah, I love Sonia and Rauru. They're so cute together. They're so cute together. Just so cute. Oh, they're so cute. And they love each other, and I love love. Romance, 10 out of 10. Rauru and Sonia, 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. I don't even know what else to say. They're just so cute together. Like in the second Dragon's Tear, when Sonia like nudges Rauru. Oh, it's so cute. They're just a cute little married couple. And they're married and so cute. What do you even say about them? They're just adorable. If you have not played Tears of the Kingdom, maybe get on that. If you have a Switch and you don't have Tears of the Kingdom and you have disposable income, I'm just saying. 10 out of 10 game. Oh, that's another email. Is this going to be an exciting email? It is not. It's more spam. Yeah. I'm liking this. I'm liking the background. I've never really done a background like this, so this is all a little bit trial and error for me, but I am liking the way it looks. I might add a little bit of variation with a little bit. I think this should be like a slightly darker tone. Yummy, darker tone. We'll do a thicket. We'll do not that big. We'll do this big. We'll do a little bit bigger. That was quite small. Yeah, yummy. I'm a fan of how that background's looking. I know that it shows up a little bit differently colored on your screen than mine, and also his face on my screen on the stream looks so bright. Maybe I should fix that very briefly. Clean up. Clean up, clean up, everybody everywhere. Not that much cleanup though, not cleaning up the parts that we like, just not cleaning up the parts that we like. Yay, clean up. Did that solve the problem? About 50%. Did that solve the problem? Sure. Sure, we can pretend. We can pretend that that solved the problem. I'm all right with that. All right, let's do the foreground, and then we can maybe fix some trees, and then that'll be pretty swell. Pretty swell. So we're gonna do the foreground of the background, and then we'll move on to the actual foreground. Yeah. Well, then we'll move on to the background, and then we'll move on. Don't worry about it. It'll make sense. You'll see. That's too stipply. I like it, but it's too stipply for what I want. I want like grass. Yeah, this is what I want. Remember what I just said about the stippliness? I want it. I want the stipple. I'll go back to grass. Actually, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. That's pretty good, actually. I like the background. I don't ever like the backgrounds of the things I do. Hello? Hello? Who is she? By that I mean, who is he? No. I guess let's do a little tree. Do a little tree moment. These trees. Do a tree moment. Do, I don't know, whatever else. Some other kind of moment. Oh, I didn't like that. Zoom in on the tree. The tree. Smaller, bigger. Smaller, bigger. Smaller, bigger. I want it darker. Darker tree. That's the tree vibes we want, guys. That's where it's at. Small. Yeah, like that. Hello? Things are kind of working out for me. That's a little silly. Oh, I need a stretch. We need a stretch. 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 Never had a chance to thank you for your video on IB Cold War topic. Helped a lot on my exams this year. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad it was helpful. I made those videos because I needed to study, and so I'm glad that they were helpful for other people as well. I was a little bit overwhelmed this year by how many people were grateful for them. So it's really nice to hear you say that. I appreciate it. What if I just do... What if I cheat the system? That's pretty good. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. Now I know I have some sort of like foliage. Yeah, oakish. Oakish. We can work with oakish. Not if it's that big. Now it's like, let me do the one in the back. Let me do things in a logical manner. Hello? That color, and then this color, and blend up. Oh, no. I want it smaller again. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's not the color that I used before. This is. Yeah. I also am now realizing I did not do... Oh, no, I don't need to do the sky there because there's like a big thing in the background. There's like rocks. Perfect. Perfect. My mistakes have been vindicated. I feel like the more I mess with it, the less good it gets. Go back to my roots. Stop. All right. Why are things working out for me? Things aren't supposed to work out for me in the background. That's not how things normally go. Why do I like the background? It's giving Howl's Moving Castle. The background is a little bit. That was another email. Who's keeping track of the emails? Because I gave up, but we just got another email and it was also spam. We are well out of the 1 to, what did I say, 2 to 2:30 range? And then I amended it to 2 to 3. We're well out of that range, regardless. Sure. Oh no. Mm-mm. 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 Yeah, there we go. Problem solved. That's gonna bother me so bad. Okay, I can fix that pretty easy, I think. And then if I go and do like that. Yeah, that kind of solves my problems that I created for myself. Smaller. That works. I wanted it as an eraser. So much focus is happening right now. All right, I've done worse things. I've done worse things with my life than that. I've definitely done worse things. The background's definitely giving like Howl's Moving Castle, and I'm not upset about it. I think that's a great thing to give. Clipping masks. Actually, I'm just gonna alpha lock it. That's not as big of a deal to me. alpha lock this one as well. I realize I haven't been talking much. I must be kind of sleepy. Sorry. I'm just like in the zone, you know? I'm really close to finishing this piece. And once this one's finished, I think that will be done for today. And we'll definitely be done this specific piece. Did I not alpha lock that? No, I did. Okay, we're fine. We're chilling. We're cool. Hello? Combine these two as they no longer need to be alpha locked. And then I want to do erase, I guess, with mulch. And that's just to like reintegrate it back into the grass, make it look like it's always been there. And then what I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna go in and erase with the soft blend. And that's just gonna kind of give it a little bit more of an airy feel, I think. I do this a lot for when I'm cutting things out of photos, is I'll give them a soft blend to parts like hair, because I think it helps. That looks quite... Let's shape that. Maybe that helps. That helps. Actually, that's fine. I do that a lot when I'm cutting things out of photos, especially to things like hair that don't necessarily have a defined boundary. Like, yes, your hair does have like a part where it starts and where it ends, but because you have specific strands of hair, it can be quite difficult to cut them all out of like pictures and make it still look natural. And so I find that doing that helps a lot. I'm gonna turn this way down, turn this way up, and I'm just gonna run along that just a little bit. Yeah. I'm not unhappy. We'd need to do the foreground. How did I just readjust it? Okay, whatever. Could you? Thank you. Ooh. We're gonna do these blades of grass, one flower, because there's only one flower in this photo. Well, there's like 3 flowers, but that's fine. And then that's gonna be the artwork. Well, I guess I'll sign it, so that'll be pretty silly, but it helps to do them on a layer that is in front of everything. Whoa. We'll vary our color. Go something like that. I thought that would be lighter. Give me lighter. It's just different. It's not even lighter. It's not even really different. Whatever. It's fine. It's not harming anyone. I'm giving them a lot more blades of grass than I had originally anticipated, okay? But we all just, if we're all just quiet about it, it doesn't matter. That's the piece. I'm gonna take out, whoop, turn off that. And we've done it. There's some things I would change, and I think we might go back through at some point and make those changes. But for now, yeah, that's what we're looking at. Pretty good. Pretty good. It was a little bit more of a quiet stream today, a little bit more chill than normal. I was a little bit quieter. I'm a little bit sleepy because I was doing my coursework immediately prior to this, but that's okay. It's been a pretty good stream, I'd say. I understand that probably the stream quality is down a little bit right now, so I think it's going to be a perfect time to end stream today. If you've jumped in, joined on stream today, thank you so much. If you were a little bit of a VOD frog today and you were watching this after the fact, also thank you so much. And if you are interested in watching more of my content or potentially watching a stream live, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do decide to subscribe, first of all, thank you. And second of all, please consider turning on the bell notifications with the little bell icon next to the gray subscribe button. If you've subscribed. Those will allow you to get notifications when I start streaming. That way you can join in on a stream and say hello. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.